you have a choice. You can either doubt your gut feelings, second-guess yourself, and stay confused. Or you can embrace your inner wisdom, trust your instincts, and open yourself to powerful breakthroughs. The answers you seek are already within you. The key is learning to listen. Many people live their entire lives ignoring their inner voice. They look outside themselves for answers, relying on logic, opinions, and what the world tells them is right. But deep down, they still feel lost. They keep searching, hoping someone or something will give them the clarity they need. But the truth is, clarity doesn't come from the outside. It comes from within. Your intuition is like a compass, always pointing you in the right direction. But if you don't trust it, if you keep questioning whether it's real, you end up walking in circles. How many times have you felt deep down that something wasn't right, but you ignored that feeling and later regretted it? Or how often have you felt an unexplained pull towards something and later realized it was exactly what you needed? That's intuition. It's always guiding you, but it's up to you to listen. When you trust your inner wisdom, life becomes easier. You stop overthinking, stop seeking approval, and start moving forward with confidence. You know what's right for you without needing validation from others. You recognize opportunities before they slip away. You avoid unnecessary struggles. You align with the flow of life, and everything starts to fall into place effortlessly. Your intuition is a gift, but like any gift, it only works if you use it. The more you trust it, the stronger it becomes. The more you ignore it, the quieter it gets. Your gut feelings are not random. They are messages from your higher self, guiding you toward what is best for you. The question is, will you listen? Every time you ignore your inner guidance, you create resistance in your life. You make choices that don't align with your true path, and as a result, you struggle. You feel stuck, frustrated, and unsure of why things aren't working out. You repeat the same mistakes, attract the wrong people, and find yourself in situations that don't serve you. Ignoring your intuition is like driving with a broken GPS. It's not that life is against you. It's that you're not following the directions meant to lead you to your highest good. Instead, you keep taking detours, second-guessing the route, and wondering why you haven't arrived at your destination. But the moment you start trusting your gut, everything shifts. You stop forcing things that aren't meant for you. You stop hesitating. You start flowing with life instead of fighting against it. Fear is the biggest reason people ignore their intuition. They fear making the wrong decision. They fear what others might think. They fear change. But what they don't realize is that not listening to their intuition is the real risk. Staying in a situation that doesn't feel right, doubting yourself, and going against your inner wisdom will always lead to struggle. On the other hand, trusting your gut will lead you to exactly where you need to be. Your inner voice will never lead you toward harm. It will never misguide you. Even when it pushes you toward uncomfortable growth, it's always for your highest good. But if you continue to ignore it, life will find other ways to get your attention. You'll face obstacles, setbacks, and challenges meant to redirect you. The universe will keep nudging you until you finally listen. The good news is, it's never too late to tune in. No matter how long you've ignored your intuition, you can reconnect with it at any time. It's always there, waiting for you to trust it. The moment you do, doors will open, clarity will come, and you'll begin moving toward the life that is meant for you. Intuition is your inner knowing. It's the voice inside you that speaks before logic does. It's the feeling that nudges you when something is right or wrong, even if you can't explain why. Some people call it a gut feeling. Others call it a sixth sense. No matter what name you give it, intuition is real, and it is one of the most powerful tools you have. Unlike the mind, which analyzes, compares, and calculates, intuition simply knows. It's fast, direct, and clear. It doesn't need reasons or explanations. It's the quiet inner voice that tells you to take a different route home, only for you to later discover that there was an accident on your usual path. It's the feeling that something is off when someone isn't being honest, even though their words seem convincing. It's the unshakable certainty that an opportunity is meant for you, even if it doesn't make sense at the time. Intuition doesn't come from fear or insecurity. It comes from a place of deep wisdom. But because it doesn't always align with logic, many people ignore it. They brush it off, telling themselves, "I'm just imagining things," or "that doesn't make sense." They let their minds talk them out of what they already know to be true. But intuition is not meant to be logical. It's meant to be trusted. Everyone has intuition, but not everyone listens to it. Some people are naturally more in tune with it, while others have silenced it for so long that they've forgotten how to hear it. But no matter where you are, your intuition has never left you. It's always been there, waiting for you to pay attention. There are many ways intuition speaks to you. Sometimes it comes as a strong feeling in your body, a tightening in your stomach, a sudden chill, or an overwhelming sense of peace. Other times it appears as a recurring thought, a dream, or a deep sense of knowing. You might experience it as a small whisper, a fleeting thought, or a sudden realization that hits you out of nowhere. Intuition isn't always dramatic. Sometimes it's subtle, a gentle nudge rather than a loud voice. But the more you acknowledge it, the clearer it becomes. The more you act on it, the more you strengthen it. Think of it like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Many people dismiss their intuition because they expect it to be loud and obvious. They wait for a big sign, a flashing light, or an undeniable message. But intuition doesn't always work that way. More often than not, it's quiet. It requires stillness, presence, and trust. The mind likes to complicate things, but intuition is simple. It doesn't explain itself. It just is. The truth is, you already know more than you think you do. You don't need to search outside yourself for answers because you have them within you. Your intuition is always speaking. The question is, are you listening? Intuition speaks in many ways, and the more you pay attention, the easier it becomes to recognize its voice. Some people experience it as a deep knowing, a sudden realization that feels completely true, even if they can't explain why. Others feel it in their body, like a warm sensation in the chest when something is right, or a tightening in the stomach when something is wrong. It can also show up as a recurring thought, a sign from the universe, or a vivid dream that leaves a lasting impression. One of the most common ways intuition communicates is through physical sensations. Have you ever walked into a room and immediately felt uneasy, even though nothing obvious was wrong? That's your intuition warning you. Or maybe you've met someone and felt an instant connection, as if you've known them forever. That's your intuition recognizing energy that aligns with you. Your body is always picking up on things before your mind does. The key is to trust what you feel instead of dismissing it as just a coincidence. Intuition also speaks through emotions. When you're aligned with the right decision, you feel a sense of peace, even if it's a big, life-changing choice. But when something isn't right for you, there's a sense of discomfort, like a small but persistent voice telling you to reconsider. Pay attention to what emotions arise when you think about certain decisions. If something excites and energizes you, it's likely in alignment with your path. If something drains you or creates anxiety, it may not be for you. Sometimes intuition works through repetition. If you keep hearing the same message over and over, whether through a song, a book, a conversation, or a random thought that keeps resurfacing, it's not by accident. The universe finds ways to reinforce what your soul already knows. If you keep seeing the same sign, number, or symbol, it may be guiding you toward a certain decision or reminding you to trust yourself. Another way intuition speaks is through resistance. If you constantly have to force something to work, if every step feels like an uphill battle, it may be a sign that it's not meant for you. The universe doesn't operate through struggle, it operates through flow. That doesn't mean life will always be easy, but there's a difference between healthy challenges and forcing something that isn't in alignment. If your gut keeps pulling you away from a situation, listen. The more you acknowledge your intuition, the stronger it gets. Start by noticing small things. Pay attention to how your body reacts in different situations. Observe the thoughts that come to you when your mind is still. Be mindful of repeating signs or messages. Trust that you don't need to explain or justify your inner knowing. You just need to honor it. One of the biggest challenges people face when learning to trust their intuition is distinguishing it from fear. Both can create strong feelings, both can warn you about danger, and both can affect your decisions. But they come from completely different places, and understanding the difference can change everything. Fear is loud, urgent, and full of doubt. It overanalyzes every situation and focuses on all the things that could go wrong. It makes you question yourself, keeps you stuck, and creates unnecessary worry. Fear comes from the mind. It's based on past experiences, insecurities, and worst-case scenarios. It speaks in what-ifs and keeps you paralyzed in indecision. Intuition, on the other hand, is calm and clear. It doesn't scream or panic, it whispers. It's not based on past trauma or anxiety, it's based on deep knowing. Even when it warns you about something, it does so with certainty, not with frantic energy. It feels like a quiet, firm voice inside you saying, "This isn't right," or "This is the way." It doesn't need to explain itself. It simply is. A good way to tell the difference is to notice how each one feels in your body. Fear creates tension. It tightens your chest, makes your stomach uneasy, and makes your thoughts race. It brings confusion and hesitation. Intuition, even when it warns you, has a sense of clarity. It doesn't create panic. It provides direction. For example, imagine you're offered a new opportunity. Fear might say, "What if I fail?" What if I'm not good enough? What if things don't work out? It keeps you stuck in doubt. But intuition simply says, this isn't the right path, or this feels aligned. It's not focused on worry, it's focused on truth. Another way to differentiate them is to check how they persist over time. Fear tends to come and go, depending on your mood, the situation, or what other people tell you. It's inconsistent and changes based on external factors. But intuition remains steady. If something is right for you, the feeling will stay. If something isn't, that inner nudge will keep reminding you. When making decisions, take a moment to breathe and center yourself. If you feel pressured, anxious, or desperate to decide, you're likely operating from fear. But if you feel a calm knowing, even if it's not the easiest choice, that's your intuition speaking. The more you practice tuning in, the easier it becomes to tell them apart. Your intuition is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. If you've spent years ignoring it, it might feel weak at first. But with practice, you can reconnect with it and make it one of your greatest strengths. One of the best ways to strengthen your gut feelings is through stillness. In a world filled with distractions, constant noise, and external influences, it's easy to lose touch with yourself. When you take time to be quiet, whether through meditation, deep breathing, or simply sitting in silence, you allow your inner voice to come forward. When your mind is calm, your intuition has space to be heard. Journaling is another powerful way to connect with your inner wisdom. When you write down your thoughts without judgment, you start to notice patterns. You may find yourself writing things that surprise you, answers you didn't realize you had, insights you didn't know were there. Writing helps clear the clutter of the mind and allows your intuition to shine through. Another way to strengthen your intuition is by acting on small nudges. If you feel an urge to call someone, do it. If you feel pulled to go somewhere, explore it. Start trusting yourself with little things. Over time, these small moments build confidence, and you start to see how often your gut feelings are right. Paying attention to your body is also essential. Your body is constantly giving you signals, tension when something isn't right, relaxation when something is. Practice tuning in. Before making a decision, close your eyes and notice how your body feels. If there's tightness, hesitation, or discomfort, it may be a sign to reconsider. If there's peace and ease, you're likely on the right path. Let go of the need for outside validation. One of the biggest blocks to intuition is seeking constant reassurance from others. When you ask too many people for advice, you drown out your own inner voice. It's okay to get guidance, but always check in with yourself first. Ask, what do I feel about this? And trust the answer that comes. Affirmations can also help. Repeating positive statements like, I trust my intuition, or my inner guidance is strong and clear, reinforces your connection to it. Your words shape your reality, so when you affirm your ability to listen to your gut, you naturally strengthen that ability. Most importantly, be patient. Intuition isn't something you force, it's something you allow. The more you listen, the more you trust, and the more you act on it, the stronger it becomes. Your inner wisdom is always with you. All you have to do is turn inward and listen. The most profound moments of transformation happen when you trust your intuition to guide you toward breakthrough insights. These insights often come when you least expect them, while taking a walk, during a quiet moment, or even in a dream. They are those sudden realizations that shift your entire perspective, those moments when everything suddenly makes sense. Breakthrough insights are not always about receiving brand new information. More often, they are about remembering what you already know at a soul level. Your intuition connects you to a wisdom far greater than logic, a knowing that comes from deep within. When you trust it, you gain clarity on decisions, relationships, and the next steps in your journey. One of the most powerful ways to receive these insights is to ask yourself a question and then let go of the need to force an answer. If you are confused about something, instead of overthinking, take a deep breath and ask, "What do I need to know about this situation?" Then release the question and go about your day. The answer will come, not through stress or effort, but through a sudden realization, a gut feeling, or an external sign that confirms what you already suspected. Another way to unlock intuitive insights is by following your curiosity. When something intrigues you, when you feel drawn to explore a new idea, a book, or a conversation, follow that pull. Often, your intuition leads you to exactly what you need, even if you don't yet understand why. The more you act on these inner nudges, the more insights you gain. Your biggest breakthroughs happen when you trust that you don't need to have all the answers right away. Your intuition works in divine timing, revealing what you need to know when you're ready. Trust that the guidance you receive is always leading you toward your highest good, even if you don't fully understand it in the moment. Your intuition is always speaking to you, but if you find it difficult to hear, mental blocks may be getting in the way. Negative thoughts, self-doubt, fear, and external noise can make it hard to connect with your inner guidance. Clearing these blocks is essential for strengthening your intuition. One of the biggest blocks is overthinking. When you analyze everything too much, you drown out your gut feelings. Intuition is quick and direct. It doesn't need excessive reasoning. If you find yourself going back and forth on a decision, step away from your thoughts and tune into how you feel. The truth is already within you, but you must quiet the mind to hear it. Fear is another major block. Many people have been conditioned to distrust their own instincts, believing that logic and external advice are more reliable. But fear creates confusion. It makes you question yourself, making it difficult to separate what is real from what is imagined. To clear fear, remind yourself that your intuition comes from a place of wisdom, not worry. It is safe to trust yourself. Another block is seeking too much outside validation. When you constantly ask others what they think, you give away your power. While guidance can be helpful, no one knows what is best for you better than you do. Start by making small decisions based on your own feelings rather than what others say. Each time you do this, your confidence in your intuition grows. Old beliefs can also cloud intuition. If you grew up in an environment where emotions and inner knowing were dismissed, you may have learned to ignore your gut feelings. Recognize that these beliefs are not the truth. Your inner guidance is just as real and valid as anything external. The more you trust it, the more you heal past conditioning. Lastly, clutter, both mental and physical, can block intuition. A cluttered mind filled with stress, negativity, and constant distractions makes it difficult to hear your inner wisdom. Likewise, a cluttered space can create an energy of confusion. Simplify your surroundings, reduce distractions, and make space for stillness. A clear mind and environment allow intuitive insights to flow more easily. Affirmations are a powerful way to reprogram your mind and strengthen your connection to intuition. When you repeat positive statements, you shift your belief system and create new pathways for inner wisdom to emerge. Here are some affirmations to help you tune into your intuition. I trust my inner wisdom completely. My intuition is always guiding me in the right direction. I am deeply connected to my inner knowing. I honor and follow my gut feelings. The answers I seek are already within me. I am always guided and protected. I release doubt and embrace my natural intuition. Repeat these affirmations daily, especially when you feel uncertain. Speak them with conviction, write them in a journal, or say them in front of a mirror. Over time, these statements become ingrained in your subconscious, reinforcing your trust in your own wisdom. Your intuition has always been with you. It is not something you need to learn. It is something you need to remember. From the moment you were born, you had an inner guidance system leading you toward what is best for you. Life may have taught you to doubt it, but deep down, it has never left you. Trusting your intuition means trusting yourself. It means letting go of fear, tuning out external noise, and believing that you already have the answers you seek. The more you listen to your gut feelings, the more confidence you build. The more you act on your inner guidance, the more life flows effortlessly. The universe is always speaking to you. It speaks through your emotions, your body, and the small whispers of your heart. It is not separate from you. It is within you. Every time you trust your intuition, you strengthen your connection to the greater wisdom that surrounds you. You are not lost. You are not disconnected. You already know what is right for you. You don't need to search outside yourself for answers, because everything you need is already inside you. All you have to do is listen